Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. It is episode 84, and today, as I'm sure you might just about be able to tell, I am beginning to get ill. It's coming into that time of year where the nose begins to get blocked, the throat begins to get sore and croaky, and your head gets a little bit foggy. Unfortunately, it sounds like I'm coming down with a cold. Vicky has been employed for the past week or so. I would say about a week and a half now. First week, she gets a cold and gives it to me. I mean, what use is that? I've hired an assistant that makes me ill. That's the worst kind of assistant you could possibly get. But anyway, I'm going to be pushing through it. Just expect a few sniffles and things throughout this Hermitcraft episode and throughout all of the videos over the next couple of days. It's not going to stop me because I've got some seriously cool plans for this episode. Taking a look at the poll results, it looks like 50... What was it? I think it was... About 58% said that they really like the corals, 41% said that they don't like the corals. Now that is way too small of a margin for me to be keeping them, so we're going to do some changes over here in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to ask some hermits to help me out because I think that'll be a fun project to work on with other people. But we're not going to be working on the base today, we are going to be working on the Labyrinth. You guys have been coming up with some awesome ideas. Now, I just want to send out a massive thank you to Connor Mayberg, who wrote in the comment section that I should do a layer in which you aren't actually doing the layer, but you are guiding a chicken around it with water dispensers. That is a really, really cool idea, and it came up with, well, it spawned off a whole bunch of different concepts for me. The first one that came to mind was pushing a villager around, but unfortunately, that doesn't quite function. So then I went over to the water stream idea, and I thought to myself, well, I mean, a chicken could be a little bit frustrating because he might just decide to walk off somewhere. So instead, we could make use of armor stands. So here we have a tiny little setup with 3 dispensers and a couple of pistons. If we place in the armor stand over here, we can potentially guide this guy to go along like this. If we want him to go straight, then we have to close off that area. And then if we want him to go around the corner, then we can close off that and make sure that he travels across like this. I mean, it will be interesting because the player will be above looking down onto our little armor stand and it will be making its way through the maze. I think that would be pretty cool. Now it's time to come up with an entire 32 by 32 maze concept. This one is going to be a lot more tricky than most. And yes, as expected, this is hard work. I'm about an hour into this now and you can see I have done realistically just under a quarter of the maze. It's just, you're trying hard to make sure that everything is possible and nothing can get stuck. Because obviously if the armor stand gets stuck, then nobody can complete the maze and that's an issue. So you have to make backwards routes for everything. Hopefully that will do that. That will push the armor stand there. Then we can close that one off, open up this one, and then push it along like this and bring it back to that point there. Okay, another progress update for you. I would say I'm probably about halfway done, maybe? I've put in this thing here which just says push because I thought that would fill in that space quite nicely. This is where we currently are and we need to make our way all the way over into this section. There's a chance I was being a little bit generous when I said halfway done. I think I might have just finished. There we go, 1 full maze all in place. Now I'm placing in slabs in the areas that don't have anything, just to kind of highlight where they are. There's not really too much I can do in those areas, to be honest with you. And I have to say, that does look pretty cool, doesn't it? Alright, I guess I should probably do a really quick playtest just to make sure that this is fun and also not super long-winded. And this is just a super fast time-lapse of me actually completing the system, going all the way through from start through to finish. It took around about, I think about 10 minutes, which is kind of what I want to be going for each one of the layers. So 10 minutes, just shoot on through. There was only 1 or 2 issues that I fixed up. So now this thing should be ready to build on the Hermitcraft server. I'm going to need a lot of pistons, a lot of dispensers, and a lot of time. A lot of time. Good heavens, that is a horrendous noise. Oh my word. So, first things first, I need to gather up all the resources to build this thing. Now, we are going to need, as I said earlier on, a lot of dispensers. So, we're going to need, well... Oh, I always forget how annoying it is. Even with the crafting book, which is the best addition to Minecraft in probably the past 4 years... It's still a slow process to make dispensers. This has never been speedy. It's never been a fast thing to do. Especially when you run out of bows and then you craft 62 droppers. That's not something that I wanted to do. I've just wasted a bunch of cobblestone. That's probably about, oh, that's like 7 stacks of cobblestone just gone. Oh no. Anyway, despite that little mess up right there, we have got all of the dispensers, we have a lot of the redstone, we've got all the levers, and we have a whole bunch of the buttons. Now what we have to do is make sure that we have a lot of stone to do all of the stone slabs for this. So we're having to go out on a stone mining session once again, because it seems like all of the stone is actually stored up in the back of the storage system that is still processing through all of those items that I put in the other day. And without fail on a stone mining session, I have found not 1, but 2 sets of diamonds. I mean, I say this all the time, I should do these more often. Now, I've just been doing some thinking on how I'm actually going to return this guy back to the start, because of course if another hermit wants to play it, it has to go all the way from over there to all the way back over here. And I was thinking, if we add in a little water stream around the edge, so this guy will stand on the pressure plate, which will open the door, allowing the player to move into the next layer of the maze. But also, when they go through that door, it will then activate this piston, which will push this guy into the water stream, which will gradually push him around. That's perfect. That's actually worked out a lot better than I was expecting. Despite the rain, project number 1 is now all completed. We have got one massive slabbed layer going right the way across the entire space, and also we've got all the walls and things ready to fill it in with all the dispensers and pistons. So this over here is the exit to the maze, which means that our start is going to be on this side. And you know what? I actually think this could be the last layer, because I want this top section to be the entrance hall. Right, I would say we are probably about 1/6 of the way into this thing. We have the entrance, this is where it starts, and then it gradually weaves its way around here. We have all the pistons. It's all looking good. It's coming together quite well. It's actually a little bit easier to build and copy than I was expecting, but I don't think this project is going to work well for progress updates. So let's get the camera count in and do a quick third-person time-lapse. So in today's time-lapse chat, I want to talk to you about the Hermitcraft series, and most importantly, working on community-based projects, because I think up until about a week ago, I was a little bit kind of stuck in a rhythm of just doing base episodes. I was literally just working on my base, then working on my base, then working on my base, and even though we were doing different things in the base, working on like the aquarium and the farms and everything, it's very base central. It was all in one location, and that's something that I kind of want to switch up, and I want to add some variety to the Hermitcraft series. So I'm going to be doing lots of work in the gaming district, working on all sorts of different games there. I'm also going to be doing some work in the shopping district, doing some bits and pieces over there. I want to develop my own large-scale server-based game. That's something that I'm kind of playing with the idea of, a little bit like Hermitron Go in the previous scene of Hermitcraft. But I need to do a lot of thinking and a lot of planning before I come up with anything like that. But essentially, I'm hoping to expand out into the other areas of the server so that you guys don't get bored, and also so that I don't completely isolate myself away from all of the other happenings on the server, because that kind of felt like it was happening. And I know that all of the hermits, we're all going to be getting together and doing a whole bunch of stuff over the next few months, I suppose, so you can look forward to it. So I just thought I'd give you that quick update on the Hermitcraft season. Hopefully you're still enjoying it and look forward to more community-based projects in the near future. And we're back, and we are done. This thing is now all fully constructed and fully built. Now, none of these dispensers actually have any water in them, which is something that we are going to have to do. But other than that, this should be the full system completed. Now, you can see I started work on doing the outer edge as well. So this outer edge right here is where our armor stand is going to filter its way back through to the start of the system. I also need to think of what block I want to use to write the push. Maybe prismarine? I'm thinking maybe prismarine, or potentially sea lanterns. I don't really know. Anyway, aside from that, I am almost done with the border edge of this thing. So that's all done, and I've also placed in the entire outer edge where the armor stand is going to be pushed back around for the start. So now I've got to grab a whole bunch of buckets, and we're going to need a ton of buckets, and we're going to fill in all of these dispensers. Oh boy, I don't know if you can tell, but my cold is definitely getting worse. Thankfully, I seem to have a whole ton of buckets just left over in the storage system. So that's 3 there. That dispenser needs 1. That one there has already got 1. I really should have been more systematic with my bucket placing here. I kind of just went through placing them in randomly. And now I'm sure there's going to be at least 1 that doesn't have a water bucket in it. I do believe everything is now all done. We've got all the water in place, we've got all the buckets in, we have the water stream that takes the armor stand back to the beginning. The only thing that we don't actually have at this point in time is the armor stand. So I'm going to make one of those, and then I'm going to do a quick play test once again, just to make sure that everything's working on the server end. And here is yet another super fast time lapse of me solving the maze once again. I just thought this would look cool from above. You can see that, well, it seems to be working pretty well. All of the armor stands are moving nice and smoothly. We're not getting any issues whatsoever, and the best news is that it brings itself back to the beginning. Couldn't have gone better, to be honest with you. So that all worked absolutely perfectly. Absolutely perfectly, no complaints whatsoever. So now I am just in the process of finishing up all of the glass. I just quickly popped back to my base, picked up a whole bunch of it because we have that lying around in the super smelter. So this entire thing is now fully covered over. So now the Hermit can actually play it, and they can access all of the buttons and the levers much, much easier than before. Still haven't worked out what I'm going to do in here though. Ah. Whoa! 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 Okay. I was literally just about to record a clip saying that I had picked up the things to do the outer edges and also hopefully the sign, and there was a creeper in there. I don't even understand how he got there. That was simple enough. So my idea was to create like a white wall going around the outside here. This is where the Hermit's actually going to be playing. Only thing is, oh, it looks really bland. So bland. And this place needs lighting up big time. I haven't solved the lighting issue, but I'm definitely solving the wall issue right now. This thing's got to go. Maybe this might make things just a tiny bit better. I've kind of punched the wall back just a tiny bit, and the sea lanterns are now wrapped around in stone slabs. This entire build is basically made out of stone slabs. I think that's the ongoing theme here. But if we just take a look, that's definitely an improvement. Yeah, it's an improvement. We do have this area right here, which is slightly bigger than the other ones because of the way that these things work. It's an even-sized space. But I would say that doesn't look too bad. Once we get a roof on this thing, it will actually look pretty cool. That's alright. That does the trick. It looks pretty cool. It's a nice area that the Hermit can run around in. Still need to do this! I keep forgetting to do this! I felt like push didn't make too much sense in the context of this thing, so I decided to just make a big thing of my face. It looks pretty good too. Oh, that's a perfect fit. Roof time. Yeah, I'd say we're good to put the roof on, and then the ground over the top. And then, I guess, in the future we can start work on the building that the Hermits are actually going to go into. So, in terms of the ceiling, everyone gets angry that I call it a roof. The ceiling is going to be made out of birchwood, I think. Birchwood always looks good with stone slabs. It'll be a nice, light-looking thing. And then I think we're going to pepper it with sea lanterns just to make sure that the entire area keeps bright. I've been wondering throughout this entire project why no mobs are spawning. It's because of course we're in a mushroom biome, so no mobs are spawning in that area despite the fact that everywhere is pitch black. But it's good to light up your builds. It just looks 10 times better. Also, as a side note, I would say I'm probably at about a stage 8 cold at this point in time. I think I could go 2 points higher, but yeah, I'm pretty heavy in here. I am glad that we made this place absolutely massive, but it does make building things like floors and ceilings pretty long-winded. I think it's, well, what's 32 times 32? How many stacks is that? Is it 16 stacks? Would I be right in saying it's 16 stacks? I think just my very quick mental maths there tells me that it's 16 stacks. Oh, I've just realised that I've played this entire episode of Hermitcraft on a field of view of almost 90. Now, not only does it feel really strange to have gone back to another field of view, the regular field of view that we normally have, but also, this entire episode, I've been feeling like a bit lightheaded, a little bit dizzy, and I've had a bit of a headache, and I just put it down to my cold, and there is a chance that it is just my cold. But part of me thinks that maybe it's the weirdness of playing on a different field of view. It's been messing with my brain. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. But yeah, now this looks a lot better. Anyway, regardless of headaches, dizziness, and field of view changes, this thing is now all completed. We have got the roof on top. There's a piece of glass missing, so I've just filled it in with a piece of birch for the time being. But there it is. This is the last layer of the maze. Everything is now all completed. We have finished it. Labyrinth project is now all done. Apart from the grass on the top and also the building that you enter into and the timing system and everything like that. But we'll do that in the next episode of Hermitcraft. I'm super chuffed to bits that we've managed to pull this off. And this final layer, or the first layer I suppose, is an awesome idea. So thank you ever so much to the person that suggested it down in the comment section because it's really helped me out.
Alright, welcome Hermits to my base. Have a look around. Do you like the look of this place?
Beautiful. Absolutely
Nice.
beautiful.
It is
Awesome.
a cool looking place.
I've got a bit of a problem here. It's like, it's the middle of the day, yeah, but it's kind of like dark and gloomy in places. So strange.
Yeah, it's pretty odd.
Yeah.
I can't wear that out.
Odd. I brought you all here to play a game though. Who likes games? This is going to be a fun one, I think.
That'd be me.
Hope.
Yeah.
What we're going to do is if you look up into the sky and if you've got a cheaty zoom key, there's some Escalium all the way. Oh, I did it again. I'll curse you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
There's some slime blocks up there, right? I thought it would be fun to have a race to see who could get those slime blocks first, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
I know what you're thinking. Aha, I got my rockets, got my ender pearls. Not allowed to use any of that stuff. No jump boost, no rockets, no ender pearls, no elytras.
Okay.
Who can get up there the first? Does that sound reasonable?
I mean, that sounds pretty good to me. So no
Sounds
potions,
Sounds doable.
nothing.
I like it.
Not sure about
Okay.
reasonable, but it sounds fun.
Yeah, and it's not going to be fair because I know that some ways up there are going to be tougher than others, right? So in
Perfect.
here, there's going to be a side of the island that you go to start.
Oh, look at this guy. He's all
One of
prepared.
those is basically going to be a little bit trickier than others. So feel free to press the button and grab a side.
Right, who wants to go first?
I'll go
Not me.
first.
Okay.
So there are 5 of us and 4 blocks in there, right?
I'm starting on the
No,
north
I'm
side.
not
Oh,
participating.
you're not
you know?
particular. Okay.
You know that. I mean, I put the Escalium there. So, I said it again. If I say that again, I'm going to throw myself in lava.
It's called green stuff.
Yeah, green stuff.
Right, so
All
I've got the
about
west side.
I got east side.
Yeah.
North
Okay, so
side.
you know where you're going. Right, this is
I've
where
got
I need
south.
to change to my camera account, so I'll help you to your starting positions.
Okay, I need to try and work out where on earth west is. I'm never particularly good at this sort of thing.
Just press F3.
Okay. Don't worry, I'm not cheating at this point in time. I'm flying up and out. I'm also inspecting. I'm getting a little bit of a rough idea of where I'm going, and then I'm gonna come down to the bottom.
Perfect.
Oh man, mine
Good stuff.
looks tough. I'm gonna say.
This looks steep on this side.
I don't.
Oh, it's very steep.
So
I don't
actually, when we're
even-
doing this, did you kind of try and keep everything to always like a 1-block jump height?
I was gonna say, is it possible?
Yeah.
I don't know that some of you are going to have a good time or not, right?
No,
but
no.
I know
Oh,
that
man.
it is basically possible for the most
Basically
part.
possible.
Basically.
That's the best. That's the best.
Some people, yeah. So do we
We'll
all want to
find
start
out.
like the same
How's that
Y
for an
or
answer?
what?
We'll find out.
Yeah.
This looks very daunting from where I'm standing.
Yes.
I think I'm
It's very
set though. I
daunting.
think I'm ready on this side.
Oh, I'm an idiot. I've been recording with the wrong settings. Let's click on that one, and now everything's recording smoother. Well, there we go. Okay, Tango, you're pretty much in the right spot.
I'm at Y75. Should we all start on that roughly, or?
False.
Oh, I'm
you're
at
pretty much
Y64.
a decent spot.
Shall I go to 75?
This ain't about being fair. This is just, you know.
I'm
I
gonna go for
see
middle.
Mumbo's being tactful here, but
No,
Mumbo's
I want to be on Y75.
Yeah.
You stand there then. You probably got the tougher side of all.
Oh, good.
And,
Good, brilliant.
and then Cub fan. Oh, so everyone's basically in a correct position, and I'm gonna fly around in the sky and like check out your progress. So for everyone else, it's kind of like if they want to go see the actual, you know, head over to your videos basically. You know how it
Right.
works.
That sounds good to me.
All right. I think everyone understands the concept of everyone here makes videos.
Jump,
Yeah, I
jump,
think
jump,
maybe
get to the top.
potentially.
Right, I'll do a countdown. 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm not
And
100%
they're off.
certain the place that I actually
Oh.
started in is possible to
Oh,
go
no.
up.
This is tough. This
This
is
is
already.
difficult.
This is tough, yeah.
I said Mumbo had the tough side.
If I win this,
It's all tough.
then
Mumbo's actually doing extremely well so far.
it's all luck. It's all luck. I'm just kind of
this
jumping
is-
and
this is
pointing my
fascinating.
mouse.
I'd say Tango's probably.
No.
Oh, I don't know. It's really close. Every time I spin around, it's like. Oh, now Mumbo's lagging. Cubfan was accelerating.
I've hit a rough spot.
Yeah, I'm.
False is accelerating.
Is anyone being strategic
Just
here, or are
puzzle
they?
up
Like, has anyone picked a route?
No.
Just
it's
going
too
up.
jumpy.
Oh, I
Okay.
got a good spot. I'm going up fast. Oh,
I'm not.
This is interesting.
Oh, I'm stuck.
Mumbo's found an easy bit. That's
I
good.
have found. Yeah, this is a swift zone.
Oh, False is killing it. False
Oh,
is
but
like
I found it.
Tango. Look up. You can see False.
What?
Yeah, I've come around your side a little bit. I'm sorry.
How did I know False would somehow find a way to win?
Oh wow, this is crazy cool right now.
Ah!
Oh man,
I'm the worst
Cub and
jumper
Mumbo
ever.
can see each other.
No.
oh, hello.
How have I managed to get over here?
Oh, I found a bad spot. Really
Oh,
bad.
no, we didn't cover like on
Could be
top of
anyone's
another.
game right now.
I'm going down.
I'm just gonna
I assume,
follow
there's
Cub.
no, I assume there's no like battles on the mountain. Like we can't like hit.
Yeah,
other
you can't
no
punch me off.
PvP, no
Okay.
PvP.
Okay.
Oh wow.
It's
wow.
so hard to find a way
Okay.
up.
Hey, was it
Well
me?
done.
Oh.
Oh,
Mumbo
good
first, Cub
No.
second.
Oh, you guys are up already? Come on.
job. Well done, sir. Well done.
Oh my word!
I'll get there
I thought-
someday.
Stood up for it. I
This is
thought Mumbo
impossible.
had the harder side.
Yeah,
of all.
but see, I was maybe a little bit cheaty in that I just kind of came over to Cub fan's side and then just went up
you
there.
can go any route you want. Really,
Okay.
Nice.
there's no rules.
Man,
You
I
covered
just
a lot of
constantly
ground,
finding
Mumbo. Wow.
impossible ways
Yeah.
to get up here.
That was
Went
odd.
around the mountain.
I was just kind of jumping around, hopping about. I wasn't really
Alright,
doing
I'm done.
anything particularly.
Oh, False for third and Tango just gives up.
Oh, finally.
I like it. Oh.
Nice, nicely done,
Playing,
guys.
Pete. Your
That's cool.
your prize
That's cool.
is the I was about to say it. I'm not going to say it.
All right.
Slime blocks. There we go. I've got to reprogram my brain for that one.
Perfect. I mean, I actually needed some of these, so this is good news. This is perfect for me. All right, well,
Oh, dude, there's loads down below. Take what you need from my chest.
Yeah, if you
man.
need slime blocks, just let me know.
that's true. Yeah. I feel like I should have asked. Yeah, it's true. That was
Thanks
like the
so
most
much for
long-winded way to
playing.
get slime box.
As I was saying earlier, there's probably more games we can play in this area down here. I got some ideas brewing, you know.
Yeah.
So I'll be in
This
short
drop
short
zone here.
back in the future.
All right, sounds
All right,
good to
later.
me.